These are 10 of the most important MLB stars that need to bounce back in 2024. Ending off at number 1 and starting off at number 10, we have Jesse Winker. Very disappointing season in 2023. 1 home run, 199 batting average, 567 OPS, but to be fair, he only had 166 at-bats. 2022 was also not great for him, but he did manage to have a 103 OPS plus with a 688 OPS. In 2021, he made an All-Star game, and for 4 seasons before that, from 2020 to 2017, he had a combined 860 OPS. There's still lots of potential for Jesse Winker, so hopefully he can bounce back this season. At number 9, we got Chris Bryant. A lot of you guys probably forgot about him, but the last couple seasons went like this. 2021, pretty nice season. 25 home runs, 851 OPS. In 2022, he signed with the Rockies and was injured most of the season, but still in 160 at-bats, he had a batting average above 300 and an 851 OPS, but in 2023 in 300 at-bats, he was not so good, with only 10 home runs and a 680 OPS. I don't think he's going to bounce back to his 2016 MVP form, but playing in Colorado, he's still got a lot of potential. At number 8, we got Anthony Rendon, but let's add some fire to make this look cooler. With the Washington Nationals, he was great. His first season in LA, in the 2020 shortened season, he was also great. Actually, cut the fire, he wasn't that fire hitting last season. Ugh, was that supposed to be like a joke or something? I don't know why I wrote that down. The last 3 seasons, he was pretty bad. In 2023, he only 148 at-bats, 2 home runs, and a 678 OPS. And he also got mad at a fan and grabbed him. It's hard to say what his potential is, but Angels fans definitely need some hope right now. At number 7, Javier Baez. The reason why he's not higher on this list is because this list is based on how important it is for the team that this player bounces back, and the Tigers still exceeded expectations last year without him doing good. But still, if he can improve for the Tigers, that would be pretty huge for them. But man, he was so bad in 2023. 510 at-bats, 9 home runs, a 62 OPS plus, and a 583 OPS. Just some terrible numbers. He might have been the worst offensive player in the league, making his 2022 stats where he had a 91 OPS plus look pretty good compared to this. And he hasn't been the Gold Glove level defender we used to see, as last year he had 19 errors, and in 2022 he had 26 errors. If he doesn't at least somewhat bounce back in 2024, I say the Tigers just gotta take the L, release him, and spend the money. At number 6, Jose Abreu. His entire career he was great. Not one bad season. Before 2023, he had a career 135 OPS plus and an 860 OPS. He was also an on-base machine with a 354 on-base percentage. Until 2023 happened, which was his first season with the Astros, and that was by far his worst season. 18 home runs, 680 OPS, and an 87 OPS plus. He's gonna be 37 years old this next season, but there still is hope for Abreu because he heated up at the end of the season and he was pretty decent in the playoffs. At number 5, Giancarlo Stanton. He's had some good seasons with the Yankees, but also had some injury problems. When you're paying him that much money, you want to be at least somewhat worth it. He still has power, but he still puts up confusing numbers. Like in 2022, he had 31 home runs and only 7 doubles. In 2023, 24 home runs, 191 batting average, and 895 OPS. Going into his 34-year-old season, it's hard to say what he'll do, but I still think he has potential to have another 30 home run season. Number 4, Alek Manoah. Now, the Blue Jays rotation in 2023 was actually really good, but still, Manoah bouncing back would be huge. His rookie season in 2021 was amazing. 2022, he finished 3rd in Cy Young in 196 innings pitched. He had a 2.24 ERA and a whip below 1. Crazy numbers. But in 2023, he was bad. 87 innings pitched. He had a 1.7 whip and an ERA close to 6. He got sent down to the minor leagues and then eventually made his way back up to the MLB, but then still struggled, and then got sent down again, and pretty much it sounds like he quit on his team by refusing to go to AAA. But if he bounces back, that's going to be massive. Before I get to number 3, there's a lot of players who could have made this list, but I just wasn't able to fit them all in. So if you want a part 2, tell me in the comments below, and I'll reply to you. Number 3, Carlos Rodon. Now, you can't blame him pitching in Yankee Stadium for being the reason he was bad this past season, because he was actually better at home than away, but it's very important that he bounces back for the Yankees, because they could use another good arm in that rotation. In 2023, 64 innings pitched, 6.85 ERA, and a 1.446 whip. Those aren't the numbers you want to see, but again, it would be massive for the Yankees if he bounced back, having a Cy Young caliber season. At number 2, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, by no means was last season bad for him, as he had a WAR of 5.5, he won a Gold Glove, and he had 29 stolen bases. But the back can still do better, as he only had a 770 OPS last year and a rough second half of the season. But I believe he can fully bounce back, and if he bounces back to having a 950 OPS like he did back in the day, then I think the Padres could be a wild card team. But before we get to number 1, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches my videos. I don't know why I'm waving. Hitting 2,000 subscribers this year was awesome, but by the end of this year, I have a big goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers. Now, the odds are probably against me, but still, 2 years ago, I only had like 45 subscribers, so it's definitely possible. So I'm gonna keep making good videos. If you want, you can subscribe. At number 1, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This guy probably has to be the most important bounce back player for a team this next season, because Vlad has the power to negatively or positively affect the lineup in a big way. And if he has another season like he did in 2023, then the Blue Jays might have to consider going a different direction. But by no means was last season bad, and I still believe that he can have another season with 40 plus home runs. But if the Blue Jays starting pitching is as good as last season and the lineup can somewhat bounce back, that's going to be massive. And if you want to see AI recreate every single MLB mascot, you gotta click right here.